I have to mute this brother here. Okay, so A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma aftah alayna hikmatak wanshur alayna rahmatak ya zal jalali wal ikram. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Ameen. Maryam, whenever you're ready, please begin.
First sign, O worshipper of causes, you see a wondrous place fashioned of rare jewels which is being made. Some of the jewels used in its construction are found only in China, others in Andalusia, others in Yemen, while others are found nowhere but Siberia. If you see that it is being made, the precious stones are summoned that same day from north, south, east, and west. Would you have any doubt that the master builder making the palace was a miracle worker who ruled the whole earth? Thus, every animal is a divine palace, and man is the finest and most wondrous of the palaces. Some of the jewels in the palace called man come from the world of spirits, others from the world of similitudes and the preserved tablet, and others from the world of the air, the world of light, and the world of the elements. He is also a wondrous palace whose needs stretch into eternity, whose hopes have spread to all regions of the heavens and the earth, and who has relations and ties with all epochs of this world and the hereafter. O you who considers yourself to be a true man, since your true nature is thus, you can only be made by one of whom, for whom this world and the hereafter are each a dwelling, the earth and the skies each a page, and who has disposal over pre-eternity and post-eternity as though they were yesterday and tomorrow, in which case the only being fit to be worshipped by man and his palace of recourse and savior can be one who rules the earth and the heavens and holds the reins of this world and the next.
Thank you, Maryam. And that concludes the first sign. Just wondering if you have any immediate impressions from reading this text, Maryam. Just be honest, whatever came to your mind, or if something doesn't make sense, or if you want us to go paragraph by paragraph, feel free to express yourself out.
The only thing that really popped out at me was, I need to find it now. So, I think in the last paragraph, okay, so it says, in the last sentence, I think, in which case the only being fit to be worshipped by man and his palace of recourse and savior can be one who rules the earth and the heavens and holds the reins of this world and the next. So when it says his palace, I just wondered if that should be capitalized, because maybe it's talking about our creator. I don't know.
Yeah, good point. And that's a good, genuine concern. So I would start with the palace being what I'm given right now. So we're given this universe. And so if I'm able to appropriate the universe to its true owner, where I realize that I am just a guest traveling here, then I say, hey, this universe is given to me. It's bestowed to me. It's a gift from its host. And this universe, which I roam in it like it being a palace, but obviously I'm not the owner of this palace. I just happen to be given existence here. And so this palace belongs to its owner. So in this case, you are right. Then we should be replacing the his palace with a capital P, as in because it does not belong to me as a created being. It does not belong to the sun as a created being. It definitely cannot belong to anything that is created in this universe, because we are all subject to change here. We are created things in this palace, and so this palace, including you and I in it, belongs to its owner. Thank you for sharing this out. And I think what you brought up connects with how this first sign actually starts. Um, it's a and its place. Oh, it's a place. Good point. It's not a palace. Okay.
Yeah. I'm wondering which palace was Mariam talking about, because when I was reading the second paragraph, it says everything in creation is like a palace. So basically, the first paragraph shows that it gives an imaginative case. One can imagine that you see, like, imagine that you are in a wonderful palace fashioned with rare jewels. I'm sure you've seen some medieval kind of movies where there are kings and queens, and you see palaces where everybody resides, and you see they're like, some of them are very nicely and beautifully decorated with, some of the rulers of kingdoms, they like to go to different places and get different jewels from those different countries, and they want to put them and display them in their palace. So the rare jewels which are being used, so it's just some imagination everybody can use, right? So some of those jewels are used to, decorate and build that particular palace. And you can see that whoever is ordering all those jewels, like what kind of the power and resource this individual, whoever is building the palace, is amazing, because he can get it from China, he can get it from Andalusia or anywhere else. It's just like a very good logistic systems. For example, in our day and age, maybe Amazon could be thought of. You can name whatever you think you want, and same day you can get that particular item delivered to you. So you can see how amazing the logistics is working, where everything is just readily can be grabbed from some place and can be brought on into the palace, and then that can be used. So from that imaginative case, you can see in the second one, the author makes the claim, whoa, every animal is a divine palace. Everything that you see in existence, you yourself, a man, is a palace, and one of the most wondrous kind of the man is the finest and most wondrous of the palaces.
We can talk about this.
So yeah, so let's see how is man really a palace, and everything else is a palace. What does that mean? So maybe let's discuss that.
Yeah, that would be a good topic to discuss as well. In the second paragraph, where the author is saying every animal is a divine palace and man is the finest and most wondrous of the palaces. So just like my friend here was mentioning about, how amazing this universe is, like everything is really wondrous, coming all at once into existence. I cannot even imagine or fathom things. Like, it's amazing how, like, at one moment, the sun is made to shine in like different regions of the world. So you can be in the East Coast or the West Coast. You're still experiencing the rays of the sun. So yeah, really very much agree with how the author is drawing the human mind to like what they are made to experience in terms of their day-to-day observation of the universe. So that was a good point. So we can definitely touch upon this. And before we do that, there was a point here where the author starts us off saying that, oh, worshipper of causes. So yeah, so that kind of caught my attention as well. And also this 14 notes starts with, this consists of 4 short signs alluding to divine unity. Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, so this is definitely explaining us what divine unity means for me, what does divine unity entails. And so yes, I want to connect it with Miriam's initial query about palace or place, palace, and then the author mentioning that, hey, you worshipper of causes. So it's really drawing my attention in terms of, am I really worshiping causes, and what does it mean to worship causes? So I'm just going to throw this question out there. What do you understand from causes? Like, hey, you worshipper of causes, like whatever comes to your mind, feel free to say out. I mean, really express yourself out. This is a free open space, so there really no judgment. Everybody's learning and developing for themselves, and we're just sharing out our thoughts and ideas so we can all benefit, inshallah. So yeah, the question is, what do you understand from worshipper of causes? What does causes mean to you? What does worshiping cause mean to you? So I see 2 hands are raised up. I will go with Mariam and Rayan. Haven't heard from you guys, and I'm excited to see you both here as well. Go ahead, and then we'll follow by Mariam from Ohio. So go ahead, Mariam and Rayan.
So I think that worship of causes means that so like we all are testing this universe. So like there's sometimes something that can go on that can spread, and then it's like something, for example, like causes meaning like I think it's causes by meaning hurricanes. Like it can cause us like damage to our houses. So it's basically a test.
Okay, thank you for your comment. We can go with Mariam from Ohio. Go ahead, please.
I think worshipper of causes means worshiping, like knowing that your creator is the one who is in charge of all causes, and that we don't worship the thing exactly, and that we know that someone is responsible for it.
Oh, thank you for your comment as well. So I'm going to try to connect the dots from what both Mariam said. So cause is really what appears to me, as in Mariam was saying about, I may see this is happening because of this, because of the hurricane, my town got flooded. And so that's like what looks like causes to me. And Mariam from Ohio said that recognizing that the cause itself is brought into existence, as in I'm experiencing it, so I question, what is the source of existence of this cause? What can be the cause of existence of this universe? What is the source of existence of this hurricane that I'm experiencing? And what is the source of existence of me finding myself in the flood of this hurricane? So yeah, like now both of your comments is making me think about how the author is really knocking to my human consciousness in terms of, hey, you happen to be experiencing causes, because every moment I'm interacting with something, I'm given hunger, then here goes food for me, I'm given thirst, here goes water for me. So I question, what is the cause of existence of this hunger? What is the cause of existence of water? What is the cause of existence of the food? So I find myself swimming in the ocean of causes, and so I need to really question what is the source of existence of causes that I find myself interacting with. So thank you. That was good. Is there anyone else who wants to add a little something?
Sure. For example, let's say everybody is growing, I think. I mean, everybody's changing. So especially the young ones, let's say, we eat food, we drink water, and we can say, hey, and somebody can ask you, hey, how are you growing up? You say, hey, I've been eating good food, I've been having a good diet. And we may think that because of our, the food that we are eating, that we are getting stronger, we are changing. So if you don't really question that, no, the food or is not the cause of our growth, or the water that we're drinking is not the cause of our life or of our growth, it's not the one that is making us stronger, but there's the one who is actually in charge of our existence, who is actually making us grow. But the food and the water, they're all part of the order, or they are kind of the employed. They are meant to be there for me, to as the means, but they are not the source of the growth of my being. They don't have any power or knowledge of my growth. They don't know how to do it. And when I see the growth, I can only attribute to the one who knows me, and the food and the water does not know me, for example. Or maybe we can go for with other examples, but I don't know if this example helps.
Yeah, definitely. It does help out. It makes sense. And it also pinpoints to the first paragraph that the author mentions about, and you also sort of mentioned, like how the universe is like a wondrous palace. Things are happening in such a miraculous way that I cannot even fathom it. And yeah, I mean, so I don't know, I saw a hand up, Ali Murmur. If you want to speak, go ahead, please.
Thank you. It's a beautiful discussion. Since everybody touched upon some points, interesting points in the first and second paragraph, and I said I can move on to the third last paragraph of the first sign. So what attracted my attention here is the second line of the last paragraph. I think Hamim can show us. Second line of the paragraph, it says, you can only be addressing to human beings. You can only be made by one, for whom, up. No, yeah, you are almost one line below. Yeah, you can only be made by one, for whom this world and the hereafter are each dwelling. Now, what does it mean? What do you mean hereafter? Where did it come from? Is there any element in my being which is not related to this world? Well, I wonder if anybody can answer this. And this hereafter doesn't means it is not in this universe, somewhere else, some another creation. Yeah, I think somebody wanted to answer my question. What's the question? All right, okay. Is there anything in my being which doesn't belong to this universe, so that I will say, whoever made me must get hold of this world and another somewhere else. Nothing to do with this universe, somewhere else. Hereafter means not here, somewhere else. Is there anything in your being, in my being? For example, I eat food, then nourishment, etc., comes from the sunlight, air, water, minerals. I understand all this. But how about hereafter? What is hereafter? What is hereafter? Do you have anything in your being doesn't belong to hereafter? Sorry, doesn't belong to this world?
So the question is, do we have anything in our being that does not belong to this world? And I see Miriam's hand is up. Miriam from Ohio, go ahead, please.
I don't think anything belongs to this world.
You don't see anything from somewhere which is not the universe. Did I understand you rightly, Maria?
I don't think anything that belongs to this universe. I think that everything that we have belongs to a creator, our creator.
Then my question was wrong then. My question was wrong, sorry. Not originated by it, but parts are taken from this universe. For example, my minerals, I see that my physical body, I see that it is collected from this universe. They are not the creator, but they are the, how they are called, elements used in my being. So if, for example, when you eat food, so your body is built with this food, but of course, food is not building your body, but they are used in your building, in your body. Is it clear now? No, okay. So do you see in yourself some elements in your body, some things in your body, which is not brought from this universe? An answer from anyone? Give me an example. Yes, Safar?
So, in the on the second.
Please speak up, Brother Zafar. Your voice is very low. Thank
I hope
you.
you can hear me better now.
Yes.
Okay. In the second paragraph, I will read it from the first sentence. Thus, every animal is a divine palace, and man is the finest and most wondrous of the palaces. Some of the jewels in the palace called man come from the world of spirits, others from the world of similitudes and the preserved tablet, and others from the world of the air, the world of light, and the world of the elements. So each of us, he's saying, is a divine palace among a fine palace among all animals, the finest palace. And this palace that we call us has jewels or adornments or components that come from different worlds. Some come from the world of elements. So elements I understand as materials, like the food particles, cells, and then some from the world of the air. So there's air particles inside us. The world of light. So what kind of light do we have in us? Do we have light in us? Perhaps this might point to chemical reactions in us taking place. Now it also says the world of spirits. Spirits, what is in me? That's from the world of spirits. This reminds me of my soul. And the soul has many qualities, all kinds of emotions, what I know, what I say, define as myself. So you might have heard of the saying, you don't have a soul, you have a body, you are a soul, right? So the soul is not part of the body. So where does it come from? The author is saying it comes from the world of the spirits. So he is, I think the author is making, he's unifying all these worlds when he defines the palace that we call ourselves. So therefore, if this world that we call the universe, if we define it as just matter, then according to this definition, it would not be enough to understand the human being, because the human being has things such as, memory. Where is memory in the body? Nobody has been able to show this is where our memory is stored. So it's coming from somewhere, but where? And so by saying at the end, the only being fit to be worshipped by man, which is a palace that has as components coming from all these worlds, not just this material universe. Only a being can be one who rules the earth and the heavens and the reigns of this world and next. What I understand is the reigns of all the worlds that contribute to the existence of the human being. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brother Zafar, for your comment. Yeah, I mean, people generally in conversations, they do say like, oh, my spirit is from somewhere else. My spirit is not of the nature of this universe. Theoretically, that's, we all say that, but what does it mean in terms of my experiencing the universe? What does it mean, like, really me being conscious or aware of what am I in my ingredients, what am I in my make? Definitely I'm given a physical body, but within this physical body, there are myriads of reactions going on, like blood is flowing, oxygen, the heart is pumping, their lungs. I mean, just to name a few organs that are introduced to us in science classes or generally speaking, but there's like more than that. There's like more of the reactions that's going on. And then we also have our feelings and emotions. At one moment, I'm excited. It's a day off. Let me go and play soccer. Let me be in the backyard outside. Let me do a little gardening. Let me play this, or let me read a book. But the next moment, okay, so now things at the end of the day come to an end. There's like a conclusion, and so we get excited about, you know, the next moment, the next day. And so like myriads of emotions are also happening within the human being. Also, somebody drops, let's say, something like something unpleasant in my backyard or something, you know, I get angry. Or a friend of mine take away my book or something, or hides it, obviously I would get angry as well. So we have like all these feelings, we have expectations, we want respect, and we just want to be pleased with whatever is around us. So in this way, we cannot even count, I cannot even define the human being, but definitely there's a physical side which is very apparent to me, but like the non-physical aspect of it, it's yeah, we cannot even explain where they're coming from, or what can be the cause of existence of it. Like really, it's amazing how one moment, you know, we're bombarded with one emotion, the next moment something else, and that's how the journey goes on in this universe. And so I've been reflecting on Brother Ali's initial question about so basically in the universe, within my being, what in my being is not of the nature of this universe. So what in my existence, like who am I right now, what within me is not of the nature of this universe. My physical body, yes, it is of the nature of this universe. It's very apparent. It's like a tree, a plant growing. But then there are also some other elements within me that I don't know where they're coming from, especially the feelings, the emotions. I don't know. It's it becomes hard to explain within this universe how these feelings and emotions get triggered. So these were just my takeaways from Brother Ali's comments. I see Ali Murmur. Go ahead, please.
So in continuation, I understand that I exist within the universe, and my body also exists within the universe. That my body interacts with the universe, but as you said, and also earlier on Zafar said, we have some things in our being. It communicates with the universe, but I cannot really say that my sense of love for my parents is coming from air, or not created by, to make sure not to be misunderstood, but a part. For example, I ate this and that, that's why my sense of love is getting fatter or getting older, and becoming old and fragile, and they understand like with the body. And my other senses also extend. For example, I want to exist forever. I don't want to lose my being forever. No, I mean, I want to be young. But I cannot keep my youth age. But there is a feeling in me that, no, I don't want to age. Oh, I say, where did I get this? Not who created it. We didn't come to that stage yet. Wait, okay, when I eat a lot of fatty, sugary, chocolate, etc., so I become fatter. Yeah, my body become fatter. If I don't eat, I become slim. It is related, but how about my feeling for not getting old, not losing my health. Where did I get them? My feeling of concern, my feeling of taking pity on somebody who cannot really have a happy life, and I see that somebody is really complaining about the pain, etc. I feel sorry for this person. I want to help, for example, the sense of help. Did I get the sense of help from the onion? I mean, not created by onion, but the material of the sense of health. Where is it? I don't know. So it's not coming from the stars, is it? Really? This feeling. Oh, somebody says, you know, you ate that. You are on such a diet that you lack the, for example, this kind of nutrition or vitamin. That is why your skin is becoming sensitive. Look, I mean, there is relationship, but for my sense of, for example, considering about the pains of other people, pains of myself, also my own pains. What are they related to? There is no material here. For example, I always use this. I always use this. I am laughing at basketball. So, but use this example. For example, I can ask Maryam, since her father is maybe mother as well, but I don't see her name. I cannot speak on her behalf, but I can speak on father's behalf. Maryam, can you answer me now? Would you like to have your father with you, to be with you now?
Yes.
Okay, how about next year?
Yes.
You have this feeling, don't you? Yeah,
Yep.
you don't want, yeah. How about 10 years later? Would you like
I would
to,
still want.
to have your father next to you?
Yes, probably. I don't know what would happen, but yes, I
No,
probably
no,
would.
no. Your feeling. Speak about your feeling. Speak about your feeling. Would you like him to get old and, lying in the bed, cannot move, ill, complaining? Would you like him to be in this position?
Even if he were in that position, I would still love him the same way, and I would.
Okay, but the question is, would you like your father to be in this position?
I mean,
You would
it
speak
doesn't
about
like
your feeling. No, please understand me. Speak about your feeling.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Probably or surely. That would you like him to be ill? You want him to be ill, do you?
Oh no, I wouldn't want him to be ill.
Yeah, but he may be that's something else. But your feeling is, if for your feeling says your father must be as young, energetic, healthy forever. Your feeling, yeah? Your feeling says this, but not that you know it is impossible within this universe. But if, for example, let me speak with your language. If God asks you, Maryam, for how long your father to be young? So I will make it young. What would you say to your creator, who is all powerful, who is the creator of the universe? What would you tell him?
I'd say stay young forever.
Yep. is there any forever in this world?
No.
So this feeling has no material. Material means the things that you can feed this feeling so that this feeling will grow and become stronger. So there is no element in it. So it is brought somewhere else, not within this universe. But who brought it is another question. That's what we will come to. We have to understand that it doesn't belong to this universe. So this element in you, wanting your father to be forever young, energetic, and it is valid for your mother, and it is valid for yourself as well. For yourself. Do you want to become for example, 90 years old? If it was possible for you, would you prefer to be 90 years old, bed-stricken, old woman? Or would you like to be, if you can, would you like to be, please understand me, your feeling, speak of your feeling. Would you like to be 90 years old or young?
I would rather be young, but by 90 years old, I would rather be with my creator than still be on.
No. Your feeling, would you like to be young or not?
Young.
Young. Okay. Let's say the creator gave you the life 90 years old, young. Today, 90 years passed, and your creator came to you and asked you, Maryam, now I'll create you in 90 years old woman form, or would you like me to give you another 100 years? Which one would you prefer? Your feeling, because your creator said, I can do anything. Which one would you prefer? And ask the creator, saying that, please make me 90 years old, ill, sick woman, or 19 years old, young girl. Which one would you ask your creator to give you?
I mean, it's a bit harder for me because at 90 years old, you're getting closer to your creator, but at 19 years old, then you're like all spree and stuff. So
No, your feeling, real feeling. For example, would you go out and throw yourself under a car and get killed? You say, oh, I'm very happy now. I am with my creator. I don't know the yet creator. Which one? Or if there is a car towards you, would you run away from it? Which one?
I would rather run away from the car.
Yeah, because that is your feeling. Let's speak about your feeling. Don't say, so I would rather go to my creator. No, that is how the reality is, but the feeling says, I want to be young. Even you go to your creator, would you like to be an old, sick woman with your creator, or would you like to be a young, 18, 19 years old girl with your creator? Which one would you prefer? Speak about your feeling.
19-year-old.
I see, your feeling, okay. Your feeling prefers always not to deteriorate, not to die, not to be ill, not to lose your health, etc. Correct? Am I saying something correct or not? Does it make sense? Your feeling prefers you to be young, whatever it is, but always young, prefers to be always young, prefers not to die. Do you have this feeling?
Yeah.
But can you really or do it, or do you see that in this universe you can stay young as long as you want? Is it possible within the conditions of this world?
No.
So where did you get this feeling which is not possible within this universe?
Your creator?
No, you are just copy pasting your previous ideas. No, we are reasoning now, Miriam. I would say to this question, really, I cannot get it. I cannot use a tablet. I cannot use some vitamins or anything, so that I can satisfy my feeling. My feelings expand to the boundaries of this universe. That's what we have to understand. Do you agree with me? My feelings expand boundaries of this universe. It is not limited to the conditions of this universe. I go beyond the limits of this universe. Do you agree? Do you feel the same thing? Do you understand the same thing?
Yes.
So these feelings do not belong to this universe. It means the material of this feeling is not brought from this universe. You say, when you identify yourself, when you describe yourself, I have such an element within myself which goes beyond the limits of this universe. Who made me, that who brought all these elements to me and created me in this world? First, the one who created me must get hold of the universe. It must be the owner of the universe, but it must be the owner of somewhere else as well, apart from this universe. Did you follow me? Everyone. And particularly now she is communicating with me, helping me to put my idea forward. Miriam, do you follow me that I have a lot of elements in my being? Some of them are from this universe, but some of them are not from this universe. So the one who created me must be the one who is holding off not only this universe, but somewhere else as well. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
But did everybody understand really? It means Maryam, yes, said yes. Maryam Rayan, what did you understand? Don't try to be kind for me. Just say, I understand, or no, I don't understand what are you talking about.
I understand.
Oh, thank you. So, and I don't know, the elder generation here, whether they understood or not, they must say if they didn't. But younger generations agreed with me. So if I say, who gave me existence? This is the very human question, isn't it? Who created me? Who created the universe? I say, look, I have some elements in my being. These elements are from this universe. Some of them are from this universe, but some of them are not from this universe. So the one who created me can be only the one who owns and controls this universe, as well as some other places as well, where whatever they are, I don't know, but whatever they are. The author said here, hereafter. So I can attribute my existence to the owner of the universe, as well as to the owner of somewhere, some other creation as well, somewhere else. I don't know, doesn't matter. But somewhere else outside of this universe. So people keep saying that we are the product of this universe itself. Impossible, man. Universe doesn't have something that I have in my being, my rationality, my consciousness, my endless meaning, feelings, emotions. I cry, I laugh, I am happy, I am unhappy, I feel pain, and I care other people, I care other creatures. Even if I see that a baby bird is run over by a car and smashed on the asphalt, on the road. So something within me that I feel hurts. I take pity on it. Oh, but this feeling, where is it from, man? Is it from the potatoes I ate this morning? The material I am saying, not the creator? Because I am questioning who can be my creator. My creator can only be the one who holds, controls this universe, and also something else beyond the universe. So obviously, this universe cannot be my creator, because I have some elements beyond the limits of this universe. So I must attribute my existence to the one who holds this universe and some other place or places as well, creation as well, because of my own being witnesses this. So I say, okay, I belong to the one who holds this universe, but somewhere else, maybe a lot of other places, I don't know. So who can be? The universe cannot be. The universe itself cannot be the source of my existence. So the following, if the host can help us, moderator can help us, the only being, in which case, the only being, the last third line, in which case the only being, yeah, yes, got it, you got it. Yeah, continue. The only being, so okay, maybe here is, in which case the only being fit to be worshipped by men. He is the one, order, continue now, his places of recourse and savor can be one who rules the earth and the heavens and holds the reins of this world and the next world, somewhere else. I want to be eternally young, but this universe, within the universe, I get old and die. I cannot stop it. So the one who gets hold of this world and another world, so that he will satisfy my need. So what I have to do now, I have to turn to this creator, say that, look, you gave me this need, you gave me this feeling, you gave me this consciousness. I am aware of it. And I admit, I confess that only you who can satisfy these needs. You can satisfy these needs of mine. So please do it, because I admit I need your help. That is called turning to your creator. And this creator, this turning to your creator, is the act of worship. Admitting, confessing, and stating your reality that you cannot do it, universe cannot do it, only you can do it. Please, the creator of the heavens and the earth and whatever, wherever my feelings will be satisfied, because you are the one who provided these feelings for me. Only you can be the one who is going to satisfy this feeling. That's why I turn to you. I ask your help. I ask your guidance. How can I be always in contact with you? Please help me not to forget you, to keep you in my remembrance. So this is called worship. That's why the author ended up with saying here that the only being fit to be worshipped by men is the one who holds the reins of this world and the next world. So you understand, always we have to say, look, the one who has provided my air, my need, is you, the one who created the universe with the air in it. I admit that. That is the act of worship. And I also turn all my expectations, feelings that is given to you, to me by you. So I admit and return it to you. These needs can only be satisfied by you. I will never forget that. That is worship. We have to always put ourselves in a position that I am in need of you, my creator. Otherwise, I will be in contradiction between my expectations and what's going on within this universe. This universe can never, ever satisfy my feelings. That is what we learn from the Creator's guidance through his messengers, saying this universe cannot be worshipped. It is not worth to be worshipped. That means in the sayings of the Quran, there is no creator. There is nothing then which can satisfy my expectations. That is in Arabic, everybody knows it. Here, I bet, La ilaha. There is no creator within this universe, because I don't belong to this universe. So, but the one who holds the universe and also the one who holds the place that I want to be eternally young, happy, fully satisfied, is the one who creates everything, including the universe, definitely including myself, including my feelings, and also the extension of my feelings as well. What is? I want to be eternally happy and young. So that relationship must be kept in mind continuously. That is living with worship of the Creator. This consciousness must be expressed with my tongue, must be expressed with my feelings, must be expressed with my reasoning, and must be expressed with my body as well. That's why when I pray, as the Creator taught me through the teachings of the Prophet, I bow down, I prostrate, I go and put my head on the floor and say that, look, I admit I cannot satisfy myself. Nothing in this universe can satisfy myself. Only you. That's why worship is essential. Worship of the Creator of the universe, my Creator, is essential for human beings to satisfy their expectations. Otherwise, we will be completely helpless, disappointed, despair. I want to be eternally happy. I want my father, mother eternally happy, but nothing can guarantee it in this world. What shall I do? We keep just crying. Of course, that's how we are created. If we don't admit our reality, we will always live in contradiction within myself, within ourselves, and suffer from our arrogance. Arrogance, what? Not admitting my reality, not accepting that my Creator is the Creator of the universe and everything else, and saying that I am the product of nature and nature is disloyal to me, destroying me, always hurting me with the threat of death and disappearance. But I don't want to be. That is the contradiction. That's why if someone doesn't worship the Creator, who is called God, he has to suffer. He may say, I am happy in this world. Okay, you know that this happiness is continuously passing and you cannot keep it, and you are going to get aged and old and die and disappear, your bodily being in this world. And universe cannot satisfy you. You know that as a human being, you are given this sense that universe cannot satisfy you. How can you say that universe is my creator, naturally it developed itself like this? I will say these people, I think, are lacking reasoning. They are just hurting themselves. I wouldn't follow them. It contradicts my nature, the way I am created. I wouldn't listen to these stupid people. They are cheating themselves and torturing themselves. But when I say, oh, my Creator, since you gave me these feelings for eternal happiness, it means that is a promise from you that you will give me this eternal happiness. I am pleased with you. I know you created me. I am from him, and I know I am going back to him because you created me as a baby, and I am going to be an old lady. You are doing it. I am not getting aged. You are preparing me to take me back to you. I admit this. This consciousness is called, this practice of life is called worship. I really like the simple way of explanation in the text. Thank you for everyone who really were patient with me for my long, prolonged discussion. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. That was amazing, actually. Not only the exchange of dialogue between the younger ones, but also the whole discourse, because now I'm thinking about, you know how we say everything is a message? So even the feelings are, it's a message. It's like a letter coming in. And the letter, like, I'm like, okay, I received a letter. It must be sent by someone, by somewhere. It's not sent, you know, within my vicinity, is coming from somewhere far. And so the feelings also, like you said, that the feelings expand to the boundaries of this universe, because, you know, I realized that the feelings are not coming from the things that I'm eating or the activity that I'm doing or the basketball that I was playing with. But yeah, it's not coming. I mean, yes, I have received this feeling, whatever the feeling is, but it's not from anything of this universe. Okay, so that's the first recognition. And the second, the feeling being the letter. So I open up the letter, there's a message in there. And so now I read the content. So the content can be, hey, I want to stay young forever. Hey, I want to be eternally happy. 3, I want to be, yeah, I want my existence to be eternal. Like I want everything that I'm enjoying forever. So then when I read the content of the feelings, then I am, and I'm able to utilize my intellect, which tells me that, hey, nothing of this universe has the ability to provide such. There's no eternal satisfaction in this universe. We come in as little babies and then we are bound to die by, you know, 100 or 90 or 100, yeah, depending on whatever. So we know this reality. We know that we are subject to change and bound to die. But these feelings are telling me that the content, I cannot neglect the content of these feelings. It's not imagination. It's really what, as a human being, I truly desire. So definitely the one that has sent this letter must be the one to satisfy it. And so definitely in this universe, the obvious observation that I experience cannot be satisfied here, but yet I have these feelings, so it must be satisfied. Like you use the word somewhere else, not somewhere, not of the nature of this universe, somewhere where the letter is coming from, or some other realm or abode. And yeah, this was very exciting to me. Thank you for sharing this out. Let's see if there's anyone else who wants to express out their excitement or any feelings. Do you want to say something? Please go for it. It can be a sentence, a keyword, whatever you want to share out. We would love to hear your comment. Or if someone wants to share out their notes, their takeaways, we always welcome that. So feel free to raise your hand. Miriam from Ohio, go ahead, please.
Since no one else had something to say, I decided that I might as well fill in the silence with my notes, if that's okay with you.
Go for it, yes.
Okay. So these are my notes for the first sign, the 14th note. This universe is a gift to everyone, like to us. And we have to question things. Nothing in this world is the source of anything. Or I should say, nothing in this universe. Nothing in this universe is the source of anything. Our feelings go beyond the boundaries of this universe. Some of our wants are not possible or cannot happen here. Every human has a lot of elements in their bodies. That should be up there, sorry. Every human has a lot of elements in their bodies. Some are from this universe, some are not, which means our creator must be in a place that is not this universe. And just something that I think the hereafter is the place we go after this universe. If that's not true, you guys can say that, but that's just what I think. The universe cannot satisfy you. When you think the universe can satisfy you, not only do you lack knowledge, but this goes against your system or your nature. Thank you.
Mariam, thank you so much for this beautiful summary. You got an applaud from H. Beza, Ali Murmur, and Fariha, and I'm sure other people are applauding as well, but sometimes we just get a little caught up with the, with the icons and everything. So that was great. Let's see. We can ask perhaps, so Hami was able to jot down some of the, while you were speaking, sharing out your notes, some of the main points. Maybe we can ask someone else to read up the notes up here on the screen. Is Mariam available? Mariam and Rayan?
Yes.
Go ahead. Can you read up the notes on the screen, please?
This universe is a gift. We have to question everything. Nothing in the universe is the SOE of everything, anything. Our feelings go beyond the boundaries of this universe. Not all our desires get satisfied here. When you think that the universe satisfies you, think again, because it is not the soul of anything.
Yeah. So SOE is short for source of existence. You got it. Thank you, Mariam. So yeah, I'll read up the last point. When you think that the universe satisfies you, think again, because it is not the source of existence of anything. Wonderful. That was awesome. Is there anyone else who wants to share something? A comment and a question? Yay, Mariams are applauding for each other. That's wonderful. Anyone else wants to make a comment or has a question, concern? Nope. All right, so let's check in to see. We have 20 more minutes. Let me just pull this one out.
Sorry, hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this stuff out the first time using it. Sorry, I had a quick question. I understood a lot of what we just said about the universe not being able to provide one of the things that I need or I want, which is like eternal life. But the part that I don't quite understand yet is how even, okay, so I want that, and I agree that the universe cannot provide that. But that's as far as I understand. The next part, which is because I want it, it means it's promised to me. That part I'm struggling with understanding.
Can anyone summarize what this friend of ours said? Especially, he pointed that 2 points did not satisfy him.
Sure, I can try to summarize what I got from that. So he understands that everything is being provided and the need is there to get eternal satisfaction and eternal happiness. But the part that the struggle is going on is with, to be sure that that need is going to be satisfied, that the need for eternal happiness. If I got that, I think that's what I understood from the question.
This was one question, or I feel that it was 2.
Go ahead.
I couldn't catch you.
I'm sorry. You couldn't catch the question again? Okay. Maybe we can ask the friend who shared out to share out again, like the question.
Yes. The friend who summarized my point pretty much got the question correct, which was I understand that I have this need, and I also can see that the universe cannot satisfy that need. But then the question is, okay, sure, I have the need, but how do I know that this need is going to be fulfilled? Or I don't understand that the idea that there's a promise that this need will actually be fulfilled.
Okay, thank you for your question. Mariam, I see your hand raised up. You go ahead, please.
I think that the way that you know that your creator is going to fulfill your need is, think about it this way. Why would your creator create you, put you in a place, and then just forget about you, not give you what you really need? But I just don't think that it's logical to think that it's just that way, that your creator puts you somewhere and then just leaves you. Your creator has to do something if they really care for you.
Good point. Yes, I was also thinking about the same thing along Mariam's line. Like, why would I be given such a need if it must not be met or fulfilled? So let's see what Ali Marmar has to say. Go ahead, Ali Marmar.
It is a very general question. I think my friend, I know who he is, but he doesn't put his name. I understand he may be on a phone, whatever. But this friend, I love him anyways. I see him very often. So it's a very legitimate question, and also represents the question of many people. They say, how can I make sure that he's going to do it? But Mariam's answer is a very excellent, very good starter to the question, as an answer to the question. I also thank Mariam to provide the path for me to follow. Yeah, from there, I can give you a very simple example. Because I am a simple-minded man, I can only understand the complicated cases with that simple examples. You know that the state, this is the created analogy, so you cannot apply it to the absolute being. So bear in mind, this is just an analogy. Now, this society says you have to be a qualified professional person in order to do this. You have to learn this in order to be able to do this. That is the requirement of the civilization, or you can call it of the state. In order to satisfy this, or in order to ask the people to prepare themselves for this purpose, the state at the same time provides the school, education system. So you can say that, okay, if I go to school, if I, which needs to be underlined here, if I fulfill the requirement of the education system, it means if I continue joining the class, attending the class, listening to the professors, taking the notes, preparing myself for the exam, and get the satisfactory learning level, and then they will give me a certificate that I can do it. I can practice it now. If the state, example, was not going to reward you, why do you think the state would establish the education system and ask you to come and educate yourself here? So the very fact, as Maryam put it, the state has established the school and asked you to come and educate yourself in the school, and he will give you the job. I'm sure the questionnaire is also getting the job as a result of his education. Everybody. I mean, some people may be temporarily, but this is the, of course, the conditions of this universe, because universe is not perfect, this universe is not absolute, this universe is not the creator, but this is just an example or as a parable. So if the state is not going to reward you, it wouldn't establish the education system. The fact that he did it, it means that is what you have to do. But one condition, never forget, there is a school, okay, education system, and you are given the opportunity, you are a student now, free of fee, you don't have to pay anything, but you have to educate yourself in order to get the job, learn, in order to learn the profession and get the job consequently. But if I am sure you all have succeeded in your education system, giving the example on myself. If I go to school and never attend the classes, or once or twice attend the class and hang out in the lounge or dining room mostly, hanging out with my friends, talking trash and watching, I don't know, tennis competitions, football competitions, playing with my video games, and not learning, although I have been given the desire to learn, ability to learn, and facilities to learn, I am not utilizing them. Do you think the education system will give me a certificate that I am qualified so that the state will give me a job or not? Who's going to answer me? If my question is not clear, I know my language is very poor, so I can repeat it. If I don't attend the class, keep myself with something else, if I don't utilize the education system, if I don't utilize my ability to learn, do you think the state is going to give me the degree, and consequently the state is going to give me is going to give me the job? Maryam says no. Who else? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, thank you. The questionnaire answered. Huh? Okay, no. So it is exactly on the same way. I am given the desire. If I don't listen to it, if I don't get lesson from it, if I don't appreciate it, and if I don't turn to its creator and fulfill the worship, it means admit, confess that only you who can teach me, only you who can give me. The one who gave me this desire in me, this potentiality within me, this ability within me, is you, and only you can satisfy. Is there any reason for my creator of these feelings that he is not going to give me the degree and the job? I have fulfilled the requirements of it. Why should he, as Miriam said, contradict himself, giving the desire and not satisfying it? Or in the example, why should the state provide the education system and you fulfill the requirements of the education system and not given the degree and consequently the job? Why shouldn't he? Why should they do that? There is no reason, isn't it? So if I do what is required of this reality, required of me with this reality, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't give me. But if I don't learn, use my ability to learn and utilize the education system, likewise, if I don't admit my reality that I need eternal happiness, but it cannot be satisfied, there is no creator of it, actually there is no such thing, it is my imagination, deny it. Do not confess my need and turn to the creator of my need. Only you can satisfy with it. Why he shouldn't satisfy it? Because I have not accepted it, fulfilled the requirements. That is why if someone doesn't worship the creator, doesn't admit it, doesn't turn to him and ask him, you can satisfy this desire, oh, the one who is the creator of the universe and my feeling. Only you can satisfy. I don't think there's no way within my feelings that this creator will be disloyal to his own promise. But I understand the way he creates here, that if I am not loyal to my creator and fulfill the requirements, the creator will say, look, I gave you the ability, you didn't use it. You didn't utilize it. You wasted it. Why do you want me to give you again? You are a wasteful person. Now, the message we receive from the Creator through the prophets, messengers, his messengers, they say, look, you will be rewarded according to your attitude, your actions, according to how you utilize the elements, qualities, feelings I have given you. You didn't utilize it. For example, I can ask anybody here. For example, I can ask them, let me speak to Zafar or Zafar's daughter or another Miriam. Where are they? Raya, yeah. Whoever answers actually.
What
Do
was the
you
question
think?
again?
No, so I'm repeating I'm reforming the question now. If using your own feelings, what do you think that your creator has created? Why do you think that your creator has created with this need? To torture you, or to ask you to come to him and use your feelings and satisfy yourself? I promise you, and why shouldn't I keep my promise? But you have to do your responsibility. Why do you think after you do your responsibility and develop your feelings, for example, do you think you can become, and let's say, computer engineer? Do you have this capacity to become a computer engineer? Who has the capacity to become, but no, capacity, Maryam, but you don't want something else. If you really want and go to the university, educate yourself in the high school and then the university, do you think you don't have at home this capacity to become an engineer? Or, I'm not asking if you want, but do you have the potentiality in your being, the ability to learn engineering? Anybody else? Maryam says yes. Capacity. Farah says yes. Oh, H. Beza says yes. Capacity. Yeah. But if you don't use this capacity, will you become an engineer? Answer, no. Why? You have the capacity, but you didn't utilize it. Exactly the same. I have been given the ability to ask for eternal happiness. If I don't use it, can I deserve the eternal happiness? No. So another very physical example. If you go to gym every day and be very consistent, can you develop your muscles? And the question, answer is yes. One yes, but there's no more yes. No one says anything. Oh, very hard, I said also. Somebody said that. Okay. At least some people say yes. So if you go to the gym constantly, regularly, and try your best, your muscles develop. That is your potentiality. That's how you are created. You are given this ability. But if you don't go to the gym, never do any physical exercise, never use your muscles, can the muscles develop by themselves? No. Why do you think they don't develop, although they have the potentiality? Okay, Maryam wants to speak. I have to stop now.
Go ahead, Mariam.
Because you have to work for something. You can't expect something to happen without trying. And that's part of the specific way that our creator created this universe to make us use what we have and to know how special everything that we have is. Because if we never used what we had to get what we wanted, like if we never worked for it, then one way we wouldn't have felt as accomplished, and another way we wouldn't have learned how to do it, or we wouldn't have known how special it would be to get what we actually wanted.
Thank you very much. I know we are out of time. I just realized that we are out of time. Otherwise, I was very happy with this conversation. So I can tell to my friend who asked the question, I recognize his voice. So my friend, rather than concerning whether the university at the end of the 4th year is going to give me the degree or not, why don't you mind your own responsibility? Go to the class, learn it. Knowledge will be with you. Definitely this knowledge will give it its own fruit. That is how everything works. So mind your own business. I have to mind my own business rather than the one who created me with this need, what he is going to do. Do you think he is not able to do it? The one who created the universe, who created you? So mind your own business. We have to mind our own business. I have to acknowledge it. I have to use this feeling, and I want it. I desire the eternal happiness. So I have to turn back to the giver of the need for eternal happiness and say, I acknowledge you can give it to me. And he promises through his messengers, sending the message to me, saying that whatever you ask me, I will give you. If only you ask me, acknowledge it. That is the minimum requirement. That is the minimum requirement of worship, accepting the giver of my existence, the creator of my feelings, and then expressing it with all the tools that I have been given: reason, I have been given feelings, I have been given tongue, I have been given body. I have to express them through all the means that I am provided with. If I don't worship with my understanding, with my expressing feelings, with my tongue to say it in verbally, and with my body to express it through worshipful attitude, rituals, why do you think I will be able to ask my creator to give me eternal happiness? Creator, you didn't get ready for it. If I give you, you will be another, again, disgraceful person, denier. That is called hell. If I don't want to go to hell, that's my feeling. My creator encourages me by giving this feeling, to me, and it says, don't go to the hell. It means don't go to the college for 4 years and learn nothing, and you will not get any degree. You will be very sorry. Utilize the facilities I have provided for you. That's my creator's promise. That's the promise of the university or the college education system. From the fact how the things work, tells me what I have to do. I have to do it. It is not a burden to think, to admit the reality that the one who gave me these feelings is the one who created the universe. I worship you. It means I turn to you. I confess my need for it. So I hope definitely you will give me. You don't break your promise. In the message who sent to us through the messengers, it says, I am the one who never contradicts his promise. It is the guarantee in his verbal explanation as well. And it is the guarantee in his action as well. Whatever I do, he rewards me as a result of my action. I feel happy with the reward. That is called paradise. Okay, I will leave all of us with the great news of paradise. That is the blessing. Thank you.
MashaAllah, thank you for the comment. So we can conclude here for today. Inshallah, we'll pick up with the second sign next week, where the author is sharing out how our heart, identity, and nature are a mirror. So what does it mean for something to be a mirror? Until next time. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Glory be unto you. We have no knowledge save except that which you've taught us. Indeed, you're all knowledgeable, all wise. Wa akhru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati sirra surat al-Fatiha.